Hello, thanks for tuning in this May edition of Local Image. We're on the track field at White Bear Lake High School South Campus, where crews are getting a mock car crash scene in place for a demonstration that seniors here at the school will witness later on this day. We'll bring you a closer look at this demonstration, along with the other aspects of a very involved program that the school, the local police department, and our sister production department, the Government Television Network, collaborated on to show students the all too real tragic consequences that can happen when they choose to drink and drive. But first, we'll take you to Oakdale, where another collaborative effort is resulting in some sweet sounding music.
So I put together a collage of all the musicians that we had up until about a week ago, just to keep as my background on my laptop. But you can see Kendall down here, you know, with the stocking hat. He's ready to roll, you know, doing all the mixing. Sam Butler's jamming on the guitar here.
The number of faces found in the collage that John Stiles has on his laptop keeps growing.
Right together, they really had some great grooves. There's Robbie Seagraves on the drums.
That's because since he came up with an idea to make a music CD late last year, musicians, singers, and songwriters from around the Twin Cities began turning up at the small recording studio inside the Oakdale home of John's friend Kendall Johnson.
For sure we want to do We Are the World.
On this day, 2 more Twin Cities artists would be added to the collage.
And Lovely Day. We want a version of, you got me hooked on that song.
Yes, yes.
Because you wanted to try it. So
yeah.
So we'll give it a shot. We'll see.
One a jazz blues gospel singer named Pippi, and the other a hip-hop rapper that goes by the name of Agape.
And we have the kids from our church that have the Head Start preschool, and they're going to take it out at the end.
Oh, that's going to be beautiful.
Little kids singing We Are the World. We give them all a little CD to kind of practice at home.
Cute.
You know, we really wanted kids to be a part of the project, you know, to really be a part of what's going on here, and hopefully bring a little hope, you know, and some light into some of the dark stuff we've had to deal with here. I mean, if you've been to my website, you've seen some of the stuff going on, you know, with these, you know, murder-suicides and stuff. And Oakdale, you know, has a lot to be proud of, and we're going to show them that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We had a couple of murder-suicides involving children from the same school at Skyview, about 2 weeks apart, you know, and I think that alone, you know, just sends shockwaves through the community.
I remember driving home that night, and then, you know, after it just happened, just on Oakdale here on Hadley. And I remember seeing, you know, the cop cars and everything out there, and I was just like, oh my goodness, you know, what happened? And then when I read in the paper in the morning, I was like, I just drove back past there, and that hits a little bit more home of just how awful it is when you're like, man, that's just down the road, you know. And then when something just terrible like that happens, you're like, oh, and you feel heartfelt for the family and for the community, and even the neighbors, you know, who knew them, like they're touched by them. They see them every day, you know, mowing the lawn and shoveling snow, and all of a sudden to have that happen, you're just like, I had no idea, you know. So yeah, so it does hurt quite a bit. It does hit home and affect you in that negative way, and to the point where you would like to do something for them, you know. So
you know, could have been different. You know, could we have been there for people? And I think more than anything, you know, when there are no words, sometimes music is what helps pull people through that. So that's the plan for when we get up there. We'll do a couple of songs and maybe do a couple takes, you know, see how it goes.
All right.
I'll say right off the bat, this is the first time I've ever done this. So I already got a full-time job. I'm a pastor, so as a pastor, I see myself in a public role as well in the community to be an advocate for people that are hurting or, you know, for experiencing injustice, and put your faith into action in that kind of way. You know, definitely the Lord never gives you more than you can handle. I really believe that. So we're just kind of going on faith that it's going to come together, and I think it really has made a difference already on a lot of really neat levels.
Stay out of the way.
That's for you. You can put mine on my jacket there. Pippi's giving us freebies.
When I wake up in the morning, Lord, and my heart is filled with pain, the smile I had upon my face is gone.
I think this project is amazing that he's doing. I love this, because music just, when you sing it from your core, when you sing it from your heart, it reaches out its energy, and it just totally transforms people. It creates a space in their hearts where they really realize that they have hope, that they can do it another day.
When I think of you, then the world's alright with me. Lord, just one thought of you.
And I would like to see this project go into the schools, and I would love to see people having dialogue, not only about their pain, but also to talk about how this music has made them feel.
Sun keeps shining, it's a classic scene, a placid dream. The music's blasting and the bath is steamed. I wish they all were like this. I found my bliss, give my wife a kiss. There's blessings that I might have missed, but that's alright, cause I feel alright. Giving praise all day and I will all nights. Yeah, it's just one of those days when you gotta thank God for God's wondrous ways. Stop and chill, take it in. Love is awakening. Let the wind kiss your skin. Don't let this lovely day.
We had Agape is his stage name, and he sings a lot of youth gatherings, sings at a lot of our Bible camps for the Lutheran Church, but also some of the hip-hop events. He is a hip-hop artist and rapper.
Are you you'll come in with a loop right there, with like a drum loop?
Yeah, I'll probably use like something like Stylus RMX or something.
Okay. Cool, yeah, I could hear something cool on there.
But that's alright, cause I feel alright. Give them
So I'm not sure
all
what I'm
day
gonna do
and I
with that.
will all
I
night.
don't know if I'm gonna mix it
It's
center
just
or
one of
just a
those
little
days.
bit.
Well, I know for me, I've turned to music a lot in my own life during the tough times, and I have young people come up to me and say, you know, like one of my songs is called Be My Dad, and I talk about growing up without my dad and struggling with that and asking God to be my dad. And a lot of young people will come up and say, you know, that song really makes a difference for me. And so I think the power of music, you know, people say, oh, music doesn't affect people. I just listen to it for the beat, and I don't believe that at all. The point of music is to affect people. And so when you speak that, it gets into people's cells, you know, and they internalize that. So you want it to be a good message, a message that's worthwhile. One thing that just the whole project, I think it kind of practices what it preaches, and that is that you can make a change, you can be the difference, you know, maker in your community. And so you might think, oh, I'm just one person, and one of my favorite quotes is, you don't have to change the world, you just have to change worlds. So if it's one world that's changed, you know, just one person's world, by this project, then it's worth it.
When I came up, you know, and then he'd already left, and I got to hear it, you know, it's just amazing. You know you're on holy ground when somebody gives of themselves and then they're gone. You know, it's part of this project now.
I have loaded up here the with the rap that we just did, and I've never recorded rap before, so this is you know, a great experience. So, but he did a marvelous job with it, and Pippi also sang on this track as well.
The sky is blue and the grass is green, and the birds are chirping and the sun keeps shining. It's a classic scene, it's a classic dream. The music's blasting and the bath is steam. I wish they all were like this. I found my bliss, give my wife a kiss. There's blessings that I might have missed, but that's alright, cause I feel alright.
The thing that brings the most joy to me is when people actually respond in a favorable way, and they say, yeah, I can do that. And they show up, and they do it. And that started with Kendall, just by saying, yeah, let's do this.
I'd like people to know that, you know, we are the children. We are a community of people that it's okay to ask for help. It's not a strength, you know, it's not a weakness. It's a strength to be able to say, hey, I'm going through this situation, you know, and you know, if whatever it is, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter what the situation is. And I think we as a community to open our minds and hearts and to look at it from a non-judgmental attitude and be like, okay, what can I do to help?
Asking for help and getting it has made this project possible. But in order to reach the goal of providing proceeds to some local charities aimed at helping at-risk kids and families in need, John asks for help in spreading the word about the CD.
The biggest thing is to tell our people, get the word out there, and you know, I mean, it'd be great if we had some large donors, you know, 500 here, 1,000 here. But I think the more people that get excited, and if more people just bought the CD, you know, we recoup the cost of production, and everything's gravy after that, you know, for these charities. So I don't know what's more important. I guess both. You know, let's get some people to help underwrite it, make it happen. You know, we both have given of ourselves, you know, financially and also of time to pull it together, and every one of these artists has been just dynamite, you know, coming in at a reduced or free cost, you know, to come in to be a part of it. Everyone from musicians to production to you know, logo artists, and you know, guy who's designing our album cover. I mean, everybody has really been wonderful about it. But now we need people to really catch the excitement and enthusiasm and say, yeah, I want to get that CD. I want to make a donation and be a part of something that's hopefully going to do some good. And I think the more people that hear the songs and the music will come away feeling, yeah, this is worthwhile.
I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Ooh, yeah. It's gonna be a lovely day. Hey, ooh.
To learn more about the project and all of the varied artists and sounds found on the CD, visit wearethechildren2012.com. John has added photos of Pippi and Agape and other new artists involved with the program to his laptop and the website too, so check those out. Now, check out the premiere of a new PSA we helped shoot and edit. It has a very important message, especially for our business community.
Heroes come from small towns.
Our heroes from across the upper Midwest are coming home from wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Only now, some have a new battle to fight, unemployment. Hello, I'm Rocky Lynn, co-founder of Tribute to the Troops.
I'm Sergeant Dejan Farrell.
And I'm Captain Ron Jarvie. A survey of our troops serving overseas found 25% say employment is a major concern for them as they come home.
Right now, the unemployment rate for today's veteran is 12%. That's twice the average of others living here in the heartland.
These service members learn quickly. They've experience with advanced technology and demonstrate teamwork, discipline, and leadership under difficult circumstances.
This year, Tribute to the Troops, the Armed Forces, and the Upper Midwest Emmy Chapter are asking you to hire our today's veterans. Employers, you've seen what these veterans have done for their country. Think what they can do for your business.
To hire today's veteran, visit positivelyminnesota.com/veterans.
Heroes come from small towns.
Craft beers are all the rage these days, and last year we showcased a venue in Matamidi called the Hangar Room, where dry-aged steaks and an extensive list of craft beers are on the menu. Recently, the Hangar Room's beer selection caught the attention of the beer geeks. The Geeks and their TV show camera crew descended on the Matamidi establishment, and so did we. And by the way, no beer goggles are needed to watch this segment.
Hey everybody, Jeff Angel here. Every day the beer is pouring somewhere in Minnesota, and my crew and I are not about to miss a drop. Right here on Beer Geeks.
As I learned more about craft beer and seeing the growth of it, I started getting interested in the craft breweries, because there was a lot of breweries opening up in Minnesota. This year alone, there'll be between 20 and 30. And I thought, you know what, the tours are getting more popular, the tap rooms are going to be opening. I would like to start going on brewery tours. That idea got a little bigger, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy a short bus, a little yellow bus, and I'm going to drive from brewery to brewery, and I'm going to have a film crew follow me. And I'll have a bunch of guys with me that know a lot about beer, and we're going to all go to brewery, and we're going to call ourselves Beer Geeks. We are here in Willernie, Minnesota at the Hangar Room. We stopped in because they have a great selection of craft beer, and we are doing a segment of our show on the Hangar Room because they have great selection of craft beer.
It is beer geek paradise, especially for a beer geek foodie like myself. To have a chef-driven bar menu in a place like this with 80 different craft beers, and then you have 42 aged steaks. with cellar beers, and it's a paradise. It's a craft beer paradise.
I always want to take someone from something they're used to something that's maybe is a little out of their realm, but I think that they might be able to enjoy. For someone who really is into craft beer, I want to show them something that they maybe couldn't get anywhere else, whether it be in bottle or especially on draft.
Seeing craft beer take off in Minnesota. Minnesota's like the top in the country. They're in the top 5 in the country for craft beer growth. I believe we're number 1 for home brewing in the country, which, us in the Midwest, it's kind of awesome that we are leading the way in growth. The laws have been changing. Now Minnesota is kind of loosening up the red tape and allowing the craft brewer to actually start a small business and generate an income and get his product out there and grow, which is great for Minnesota. And hopefully what we're going to do is educate the beer geeks that are out there. You know what? Willernie. It is not that far. It's 15 minutes out of St. Paul. It's real easy to get to, and the selection is awesome. So it's worth the trip.
Stanley, what on earth are you doing?
Well, the film and
Didn't you say you always wanted to be in pictures?
Well, yes I did, but not like this.
Stanley, it's all about television nowadays. Look at this flyer I was handed at the high school game last night. It says you too can make TV. Volunteer with On Location TV 19 and we'll show you how.
Well, Ollie, what do you think that means?
Stanley, pick up that film reel. Oh! It means that if you volunteer with On Location TV 19, you too can make TV.
Well, Ollie, what kind of TV? Oh!
If you volunteer for On Location TV 19, you can cover high school sporting events, community concerts, parades, and much more.
Do you think that's why they had cameras at the game last night?
Why, certainly. That's why they had those announcers, instant replay, and all that modern TV stuff.
Ollie, do you think that I could operate one of those TV cameras?
Why, of course you could. The folks at TV 19 will show you how.
Ollie, are we still living in the 1930s?
No, of course not, you silly Willie. Why do you ask such a question?
Well, then why are we in black and white?
That's what they call special effects nowadays. I'm sure if you wanted to appear in color, all you'd have to do is ask.
Can we be in color, please?
Back here at White Bear Lake High School South Campus, students anticipating the fun that comes with prom and senior graduations got a wake-up call about what can happen if they choose to drink and drive or ride with someone who has. Within a 24-hour period, students here not only witnessed a mock crash scene, they also viewed the consequences that come from a choice made to drink and drive and the tragic loss of life that all too often results from it.
Today's part 2. Day 2 of the every 15 minutes exercise, and so after yesterday's mock crash, we're going to give students a look at how the decisions and the actions that occurred yesterday impact families, friends, and a broader audience.
This video that we're going to see now is going to show you what happened yesterday, plus other things that we've done, and I hope you all enjoy this video.
See you guys.
ya, guys.
Can I see it?
Yeah,
Can I see it? Let me see.
Bro,
wait.
I want to see this.
Yeah,
no.
check this out.
Let me see.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, quiet.
You're still there?
Hold on.
Wait, look out! Look out!
You okay? Who's driving? Who's driving? Who's driving? The ambulance is coming, okay? Were you driving?
Yeah, I was driving.
Okay, you're driving this car?
Yeah, I was driving.
Okay. What happened?
And I couldn't see. I was, you know.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
18?
Yeah.
You been drinking tonight? I'll have you come step back here with me, okay? Let's walk back over here by my squad car. Let's take a deep breath, wrap your lips around the straw and blow. Keep blowing, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Likely 4, scene response at the White Bear Lake High School football field.
Turn around, put your arms behind your back. You're under arrest for drunk driving. We sent a letter home with parents to let them know this is a really good time for you to have conversations with your kids, to set expectations about what you expect your teen driver to be doing, and then to make a commitment for parents and kids on how all of us will make decisions behind the wheel, because we know that teen drivers need this reminder, but there's a lot more adult drivers as a whole number on the road making bad decisions than there are teen drivers. So for all of us, this is a really critical experience.
We took off down the road racing, and I flew past the cop doing 140 miles an hour. And what it ended up stopping my car wasn't the police. It was a guy coming home minding his own business that I T-boned doing 111 miles an hour because I didn't want to get in trouble. There isn't a worse decision you can make than that. You might not even make it around the corner. And there goes the rest of your life and your hopes and dreams, and then you take somebody away from somebody like Scott.
I have to tell you that your son Edgar has gotten himself into trouble tonight. There was a car crash and Edgar was driving drunk and he has killed another student at the South Campus.
And these letters they wrote, and they started off saying, "Today I died and I never got to tell you."
Today I died and I never got to tell you how much I appreciate all that you do for me. You've done so much for me in life that I want to thank you for.
I never got to thank you for making me the person I was.
I'll never get to see you graduate high school next year. Now I'm left thinking what could have been.
You've grown from a small boy and matured into a very fine young man.
Dwayne Seichlag with White Bear Lake Police. Can I come in and talk to you? Very sorry to have to tell you this. There was an accident and Bo has been killed.
No.
He had his identification with him.
What?
We know that it was Bo, and I'm very sorry to have
No way. Oh my God.
I'm very sorry to have to
I
tell you.
never got a chance to say I'm sorry for the family that I did it to. I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
First the actual accident and then the aftermath
really kind of culminated to really made people understand that this has real after effects.
I know that I wouldn't be able to ever live with myself if something like that happened, and I'm sure that my peers feel the same.
You know, I think you get a sense of a school community, and you're always looking at, with a group of 1,300 people in this building, what do we believe and how do we behave and how do we respond? And the response was, I think, predictable, in that our kids from the get-go were very involved. They were moved by the experience, and we have outstanding kids, and they responded just the way we'd expect them to.
Our sister department, the Government Television Network, and GTN producer Mary Klein worked with the White Bear Lake Police Department and the high school to create the video that students watched the day after the mock crash. The video is available for viewing on our gtn.org website. Well, that does it for this edition of Local Image. Please join me in June for more great local stories. And until then, I'm Judy Skeie-voss, and I do thank you for watching Local Image.
Man, I should have never listened to you. But you said, come on, man, it's going to be an adventure of a lifetime. Well, some adventure this turned out to be. Thanks a lot.
Well, maybe if you wouldn't have had that meltdown on the plane, we wouldn't have had to make a crash landing in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Dude, I could not take one more second of that movie Geely.
Well, now we have nothing to watch. We have no food, no water, no entertainment. They may never find us out here.
We can get through this. I know we don't have any food or water or shelter or flares or fins or breathing apparatus or hope, but we do have entertainment. Check out what I swiped from the guy in 16F on the way down. Now we can watch all our favorite on-location GTN shows online.
What you talking about, Jerry? We can't watch shows like Northeast Journal, Your Police Report, or Local Image on the web.
You know, I was once naive, just like you. And then we had a plane crash and I realized no more. All of those shows and more are available on their website. Just try not to get the laptop wet.
Heroes come from small towns.
Many of our heroes coming home from wars in Iraq and Afghanistan have a new battle, unemployment. Hello, I'm Rocky Lynn.
I'm Sergeant Dejan Farrell.
And I'm Captain Ron Jarvie. The unemployment rate for today's veteran is 12%.
That's twice the average of others living here in the Heartland.
This year, tribute to the troops, the armed forces, and members of the Upper Midwest ME chapter are asking you to help. Hire today's veteran.
To hire today's veteran, visit positivelyminnesota.com/veterans.